Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video, and if you don't already know me, my name's Ben, 97 Gremlin, and I hope all you guys are doing great, because you know what? I'm actually doing quite well. And today in this video, if you haven't already told by the title, I'm going to be just doing sort of a little bit of a review and a little bit of in-depth of this app called Diablo Pirelli, or on my screen now, as you should be able to see somewhere in the left hand corner, right hand corner. I haven't understand exactly where I'm going to be putting it yet. Will be my phone screen, and on my phone I'm currently using Android. I've used this app on Apple and Android, so it's compatible with both generation or operating system, I should call it. On the Android though, it's called Diablo Superbike. As you can see in the top of my screen. I'm sorry about the background, I'm sort of been experimenting a little bit. This is sort of my desktop background. I thought, oh, you know what, I'm going to try and see if I can get out on my phone. Put it on my phone, it's just too big. I just need to rescale it and everything, and you know. But you can see all of these sort of updates over on my Instagram. Make sure you're going to follow me. It's at 97 Gremlin. Everything will be down in the link in the description. Make sure you're going to follow me. That'll be the best way of communicating with me and staying up to date with any news. Anyway, guys, let's get straight into it. So just to tell you now, on the screen, the footage in the background is what I've used on this app. When I go into a little bit more detail about this app and about what it can do and what I've been using it for, one of the sessions that I'm going to be showing you is actually this footage in the background, which I'm going to be using as sort of a source or a template to go through. Just to get rid of that. It's a notification from a biking group that I use. Anyway, guys, so once you open it up, let's actually go back into it again. So let's go into the Diablo Superbike. Let's just close it down. Alright, let's go back into it. Look at that interface of it starting up. This is absolutely amazing. I haven't looked into this app too much detail, but I think, like Pirelli tires. I think these are the people who designed it. I'm not sure if Diablo is a Pirelli Diablo, if that's a type of tire. I haven't gone through that. I'm a Michelin guy, but you guys can tell me down in the link in the description anyway. Okay, guys, so as you can see on the screen now, it's telling me a little bit of information. So it tells me what bike I've got, what sort of tires, where I'm from, how many miles I've done, and it's just showing you a little bit of information. You guys probably won't have this starting off with. You guys will probably need to go and make an account and need to make a profile. As you can see here, I've made a profile up already. I've logged in with all my details. About what motorcycle I use, what brand, what model, what tires, what brand. I couldn't actually pick the exact model of tires I could use. It's just generic, because I said, okay, are you male, female, gender, and how many miles a year do you normally ride? I'll probably do. That's probably about right. Actually, I'll probably do more, but that was just a guess. That was just an average, really. What I would like to do, not what I want to do, but it's what I would like to do. So after you make an account, you can actually log in with Facebook on this, or you can make a email address up, whatever you prefer. If you want to log in with Facebook or just an email, it's up to you. It really is. I did it by email, which is just my preference, really. But that was me. Anyway, guys, so if we go on to the menu, we've got a few different options here. We've got Start, Sessions, Friends, Settings, FNQ, and Ratings. Okay, guys, so what this app does, it sort of measures you on your ride of how much you lean, what sort of angle you are of a progressive rider, I'd say. Are you getting right down, dragging your knee across the floor, or are you just one of them steady little around the bend sort of riders? It sort of tells you a little bit about that. It also tells you your average speed, or sort of max speed that you've gone. I find that the max speed is not always accurate. Obviously, it's going by GPS. It depends on how much of a great sort of GPS signal you have. I've had a few of sessions that are actually been spot on. I think it's about 2 out of the 5 I've got on the screen now. Haven't been exactly right. I think it's been about 5 or 6 below what I actually done on my speedo. But then there you go. You don't know if your bike's out of sync, like your speedo is correct and accurate, or if your phone is, it's got a big different point there. Anyway, if you understand what I mean. So before we go into start, we're going into settings. Just show you guys my settings that I use. I use it in miles per hour instead of kilometers an hour. When I put my phone in my jacket, I always have it horizontal and then vertical. It's just the way I prefer it, and I've always turned on allow tracking to begin with the minimum accurate level of GPS, just because where I live there's not always great signal, so I try and do the best I can, but always start with the minimum so I can actually get use of the app. Let's say countdown is what you'll see soon. When you go on to start and then go and start this application, it does a countdown, so it doesn't go straight into it. It sort of does a little warm, sort of like cool down sort of thing before it goes into a warm up. I don't know, I understand what I should be saying there, but you can set that to 5, 10, 20, 30, 60. So if you put 60, so you click start, you got 60 seconds to put the phone into your pocket or whatever, get onto your bike and go before it starts. If you want to get a little bit more accurate reading that you don't want to stand around and everything, but 5 seconds, I just want to quickly know that it started so I can close my screen and put it in my pocket and get on my journey. Okay guys, that's all done with the settings. It's not too much of big deal with this. What I like about this app is that, which I'll get to a little later, that you can sort of have a little competition, not a sort of like, I wouldn't go too much in detail or too aggressive with this competition, let's say, but you can go to friends and say, oh look how far I leaned over, blah blah blah, leaned over there on this bend, look at all my journey. It shows you a little map and shows you your speed and the way you sort of ride that course, let's say, ride that road, which we'll get to in a minute. So let's go and start before I show you my session. So start, this is what it looks like once you've registered and everything. This is the screen how you begin the application. So you got road or track. So if you're going to go around a track, you're going to do a track day, you might have it on a track. If you're just going to go out around country roads and everything, you want to have it on roads. I'll click go now just to show you what it looks like, and then we'll come out and we'll go into a previous session that you can see on screen now that I'm riding, just sort of to test out the app and give a little review for it. So just give me a little bit of footage and something to go by. So we're going to click go. So as you can see, it starts counting down from 5 seconds, as 5 seconds was the countdown time I done. And there you go. That's all it looks like. Once you start using the app, it just has a little counter like that, a little clock just telling you how far or how long you've been using this app for. So I've used it for 12 seconds now. So if we click stop, say my ride's finished, it wasn't enough GPS data to proceed, which it wouldn't have done because I haven't moved. I've just been sitting here while I've been doing this. Okay, so if we go on to our sessions now, these are all different sessions that I've done so far. These are everything that I've done since I've used the app. Tells you the days, tells you the time you started to use it, and so on, so on, so on. Also, as you can see, it tells you the lean angle. Let's cancel that. It tells you the lean angle to the left and the right, the distance, and the duration of how much time, and the max speed you went. Obviously, I use these speeds on track. You can believe whatever you want, but yeah, that's what I was going to be saying through this video anyway. So the video that you can see on the screen now is actually this one, Sunday 11th, which is 96. This is actually the first one that I noticed that the speed wasn't actually accurate, but it was okay. It was not bad. It was rough. I think it's about 5-6 out, but it's not too bad. So let's go and click on it. So what I like about this app, it actually saves all your records of all your sessions. So you think, okay, when I first used this app, I did 19:23, 25:26, and then I had a great cracking day of 43:45. And then I slowly went down a little bit. Not too much, but this is probably my average. I think this was actually an extremely good day for me. But this is probably my average. And I really like it because you can go back and think, okay, what have I done wrong? What's the difference? How can I improve? And I'll show you a little bit more information on that in a minute. So let's go into this anyway. Okay, so once you load it up, it sort of gives you a little bit of a rundown. So it goes in a little bit more detail, just in the bigger icons, I would say. 43 degrees left, 45 right, shows you your max speed, duration, distance. Exactly what it showed you. Also shows you your temperature of what the sort of weather was like outside, the time you started it, and what date, obviously. So if we scroll down, it shows you a little bit more information, exactly what it shows you here, but just more on sort of a text sort of documentation, let's say. Shows you your average speed, your max speed, your angles, and your acceleration axis, which I don't really know. I don't really use this a lot, bottom bit. All I really use is just like to see my average and max speed and my lean angle. I mainly use this app for my lean angles, just to like compare with my friends and out, like when we all go out for a ride together, see how well and have little competitions, say, oh look, I've actually leant over more on you, which is absolutely great. I absolutely love that. I love the banter for it. So if you click on it, just click on the middle bit, it brings up a map. This shows you a route that you've taken, and as you can see now, let's go into it a little bit more. It shows you where you started from, where you finished, and if you scroll along here, it shows you the different points of where you've been, and look, sort of like a little spike, sort of histogram, I think it's called. I'm not 100% sure about that. It's not a histogram, but you understand what I mean. So let's go on to a spike here. So on this spike here, I leaned over 9 degrees. Let's move that notification again. Max speed of 80. Time into the ride was 22 minutes. And it shows you the weather and everything. Well, how much it's changed. As you see there, it looks like it's like clouding over. It's a little bit of rain that could have been in sight. And so on, so on, so on. So 45. Let's get some of the angles. Let's see. Look where I got a great angle. So there's a great angle just here of 32, if I can actually get to it. This is where it. Oh, let's just zoom in a little bit. Let's go and get exactly where it was supposed to be. Okay. Let's find it. So 32. So on this sort of bend here, I managed to lean over by 32. I would say I would lean over to the right by 32. Doesn't actually tell me that, but it's not too bad. As you can see at the bottom, the top sort of graph is your speed and the bottom one is your lean angle, which is absolutely great. So I've done a killer here. Where is it? Here. Oh no. Oh, maybe I didn't. Yeah, I did. 44. There you go. So as you can see, it's not showing you exactly right. I probably actually did it more around this bend here. But it sort of gives you a rough angle. Obviously, it's going by GPS. If you're traveling fast, and it's only a phone network, so it's only a rough guide. So I wouldn't take it 100% serious, but it's pretty accurate. It's I wouldn't say it's 100% there. I would say it's 90% there. It is in the working still, and it's a great app to use. I've tried all these other apps for sort of this, trying to see your leaning angles, and they were absolutely terrible. They were really off. They wouldn't save your data. They weren't as friendly communication, friendly use interface to use. But this is so easy to use, and I absolutely love it. Just the layout, just the style, and the theme of the app is absolutely brilliant. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it to everything. I haven't gone into too much details. I don't know what friends is. I think it's where you can add and find your friends. As you can see there, if you log in on Facebook, you can share, you can sort of connect and see other people's rides. Anyway, guys, make sure you share a photo or screenshot of your posts. Tag me on Instagram, Twitter, and show me how you're getting on riding and what you think of this app. Anyway, guys, safe riding. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Comment, rate, and subscribe.